It's just not happening. It's not tonight. Well, just look at my stats. Bullshit. Bullshit.
We got new intel for the evidence board.
Appointment updates. Jason, writing to confirm your request to shift our session from Thursdays to Tuesdays. Also using this opportunity to remind you to work on mindfulness exercises we discussed. Clark Kent. Soups? Hi Jason, it's Clark. I know we don't know each other all that well, but I wanted to reach out. Bruce always said you kept your emotions close to the chest. When Bruce calls someone closed off, I know it's serious. I was thinking about that today and how it might mean that you don't have a lot of people you're comfortable speaking with about what you're going through. Bruce meant a great deal to me, and I just wanted to extend the offer that should you find yourself in need of someone to talk to, I would be happy to do so. It's never too late for us to get to know each other. I hope you're well, all things considered. If I give a fuck about you, Zeus. This is Batman's territory. It's like, shout out to Superman and Clark Kent. Don't come beat me up. Who's this? Roy Harper. Roy Harper? Arsenal? What's up, son? Hey, dude, heard about what happened with Batman? That's, yeah, if you ever want a distraction, maybe you, me, and Corey can find ourselves some trouble to get into, you know, get the old band back together. I know a few heads down in Miami. I know of a few heads down Miami way that you could use some busting, and the weather sure beats Gotham. Let me know, bro. From Dick Grayson, do you guys remember when Bruce hit batarangs all over the city for you to find? I already seen that. So I had an idea. This thing called a historical circus. Seen that already. Okay. Wow, Roy Harper. That's what's up. Shout out to Roy Harper, Arsenal. What's this? Some other story shit. Tears. There's that Lazarus pit again. What was all that about? Mystical Leap. Redhood can now use Mystical Leap. Hold RT while in the air to traverse vast distances with Mystical Leap. Ooh.
In today's Gotham Minute, we focus on a
That's
prominent
awesome.
and often controversial figure.
Available in the ability tree, these ultra-powerful combat techniques are unique to each member of the Batman family. Explore the ability tree to see unlocked and available knighthood abilities. Let's go.
These days, he can often be seen personally welcoming guests at his entertainment palace, the Iceberg Lounge. But it was only a few short years ago that Cobblepot
Time trial heroic travel, master parkour and traversal in Gotham City by completing time trial travel challenges. Extend the timer by driving through highlighted gates as quickly as possible, collecting pickups during the race. Redhood's Mystical Leap to navigate. Batarang retrieval. Yeah, I saw that. Let's just skim through all this real quick. No, I ain't got time for that. I'll do that later. Email received. Bruh. I've been thinking about a lot about okay, here we go. I've been thinking a lot about our reputation with What with citizens of Gotham running at the very sight of us and the GCPD hating our guts. Mr. Darius, my history teacher, used to say people fear what they don't understand. I think I've come up with the perfect solution to our PR problems. We start a podcast. And Jason says no. Not now. Now, let's not be so quick to judge. What exactly you proposing, Tim? I haven't gotten quite that far, but maybe it's the four of us debunking myths about what we do over debriefing our last case. We could answer listener questions. It's actually a pretty good idea. We could call it Podcast Nights or Bat Chat. Now, you can workshop the name, but I think this is a good idea. We even already have fun interpersonal dynamics and banter, which is perfect for audio. That's kind of true. Jason's like, no. Tim's like, see, we're already doing it. Whenever you're being a party pooper, I'll just be like, classic Red Hood. People will love it. We could do t-shirts. It's not bad. Not a bad idea. Elaine, let's craft some. Let's see what I got here. Crafting ready, level 4. Powers 26. What else I got? What I got? Okay, yeah, let's do this one. Let's make this. Yes, equip. Nice. Make it easy for me to kill people, or at least whatever they are. Whatever he's doing with them. Level 5, level 4, level 3. Jumpstart rounds. Uncommon, non-lethal rounds that offer good damage and critical damage at low cost. Oh, I didn't know I can look at that. Note, transmog suit cannot be customized. So how do I get to the... Okay, the revert. Okay. Colorway I got too. Oh shit, look at this, bro. I like that color. Tribute to Slade. Oh, I wish the mask was colored for Slade. I like that color. That's why I like it, because it's Deathstroke's color. So I got, it said I had 2 of them unlocked. Oh, I got 2 altogether. Alright. Ooh. Okay, that's the, I like that one. Just trying to make him look good. Gotta fight crime in style, you know. I like the red is bold here. It's bold there too, but it's like under bold. There's no boldness to the red here. Oh yeah. Yeah. We going all red today. I think I like that. I'm gonna go back to that one. Okay. Alright, we've been on this, I've been at this for about an hour and a half. Shout out to anybody who's come through and decided to take a look at the stream. It's pretty quiet today on the stream. Yesterday it was a lot of activity, a lot of people coming in, a lot of people leaving. It is what it is. I appreciate anybody for watching this, especially if you watch the replay. Don't be afraid to comment, like, share, subscribe, all that other good stuff. You know, make clips of the videos and stuff like that. So we'll keep it going. Let's see, challenges. Defeat freaks. Defeat freak bulldozers. Oh, okay, I gotta finish that. Piercing training. Interact with the training dummy and the Belfry to access the training area. Complete piercing training. Attack. Interact with the training dummy to attack training. Loadout. Suit power is 2. Wait, this is not a transmog suit. Ooh, look at that. Jump start, that's dope. Can I build that up? Everything is going up because my suit right now that I'm on is only this. That's the only difference between these two. This one's got a momentum generation. Excuse me. What is the difference? This suit drops down the defense. So what's the difference between crafting a suit and just, I don't get that. Alright, let's just dismantle these. We'll get it together. I'll get it together, guys. Trust me. This has a higher critical rate. That's what critical chance is, basically. But this has higher critical damage. How do I know what my critical damage is total right now? Right? Like, how do I know what my critical damage is total? Like, there's usually a a screen you can go to watch, like to look at the whole readout of the character. And so far, I've not seen anything like that. Alright, what we got here? Critical expertise. Increases critical damage by 20. How about critical rate? Aim longer at a target. Oh, okay, alright. How many points I got? Let's see. This costs 1 AP, 1 AP. Two lucky rounds. Every round Red Hood shoots has a small chance to deal 5 times the damage. Only applies to range attacks and precision aim. Okay, so it doesn't apply to when he does the like when he does the finishing moves. It doesn't apply to that. Human bomb. When Red Hood throws an energy, he attaches a concussion mine to them that explodes when shot. I ain't got time for all that shit. That's kind of hot, but I ain't got time for it. Alright, what's this? Coup de grace. Red Hood inflicts 10% more damage on enemies with 30% health or less. I like that. That's like a finisher. Let's just finish it. Hold RT while airborne. Okay. Every shot that knocks out a target may inflict fear in nearby enemies. Ooh, I like that. Ooh. Increases headshot and weak spot damage by 15%. But this can make enemies run. And I've noticed that if they're afraid of me and they start running, there's a chance. I got a tear coming on my eye. They got a chance of like getting away. And if I gotta interrogate somebody, then there's no reason for me to, like, what's the point, right? If I gotta interrogate somebody, then if they're running and scared, you know, grabbing a target may inflict fear in nearby enemies. Or it could make them fall like that. Let's see what the other one says. See, like that dude fell. That's what the fear is. They fall. I mean, I keep forgetting that's what happened in the last Batman. Increase the number of attacks in Red Hood's ranged attack combo by 1. The last hit is a knockdown. Mystical rounds require 50% less time to lock on the target. Mystical rounds shoot 2 rounds instead of 1. Increases head spot and weak spot damage. I do like those headshots. Let's do that one. Alright, leave the rest of those alone. What is this? Inflicts 10% more damage on. We'll take that one. The faster they go, better. Freak Justice increases Red Hood's damage by 15% and critical damage by 5% when fighting freaks. This is a 20% increase. Period. That's a big increase. That's not nothing small to scoff at when it comes to critical damage. 20%, that's not anything small. If I can get the critical rate up, the critical damage is going to be serious. Because you got to think about it, and I always talk about this whenever I'm playing an RPG game, action RPG or whatever. Whenever you're doing a critical, you got to remember that critical rate is the rate at which you can pull off a critical attack, which causes critical damage. So your critical damage is usually always a portion of your base damage personified. So if your base damage is 500 and you have a 20% critical damage, that means 20% of 500 is 100. Okay, follow me? So that means that when you pull off a critical attack, you take the 500 base and you add the 100 critical damage on top of it. It gives you 600. So then one of your critical attacks will be 600 instead of 500. So okay, got that. The critical rate is by which I always look by the factor of 10. You can use 100 if you want, but also by the factor of 10. Okay, so what do I mean by that? The factor of 10 is this. If I take 10 shots, or if I take 10, like on here he's doing attacks. If I take 10 shots, do 10 attacks, right? If I have let's say I have a 20%, let's say 100, we'll say 100. We'll just say 100, just so it could be easy for you to figure this out. If I do 100 attacks, and I have a 5% critical rate, That usually means only 5 out of 100 attacks or hits, not attacks, hits. That usually means like 5 out of 100 hits will cause critical damage. The idea is knowing exactly the string of hits that's going to happen, usually over time, like of not fighting and getting hit by another enemy or missing. So there's three ways that you could lose that string, that combo string of hits that factor in the critical rate. You could, this is for the most part, you could ouch, my leg. You could like miss an attack that stops the string and then you got to start all over. Okay, you could miss an attack. You could go a long time without attacking a character, any characters, any enemies, or an enemy could hit you, and that's going to break your critical rate kind of combo. And all hits are considered. All hits are in that line. So if I'm shooting somebody versus if I'm punching or kicking them, as long as the attacks land, they fall in line of that critical rate counter. So the idea is to attack and land your attacks. Once you land your attacks, then you start factoring the criticals. So it's not really hard. Once you really kind of get the science down, it's not that hard. What gets hard is when you got games that stack criticals based on and enhance your criticals based on other factors, different weapons, different armor, different whatever. So you just gotta kind of like be on point with knowing and understanding what your arsenal does and how often you hit people. Because I could hit somebody with an explosive barrage of bullets. Like he's got like with that when I aim like that. When I aim like that and he's shooting like that, if every shot lands, that's the critical rate counter is going up. So if I did a factor of 10 instead of 100, not 10, not right. Still, it still remains. If I had 20%, 20% critical damage, that's 2 out of every 10 hits. It doesn't matter if the hit is first or last. It just has to fall in line with those 10 hits, right? So from hit 1 to hit 10, everything has to fall in line. Alright, let's get out of here, because I got too much stuff to do, bro. Wait. This where I was at? So wait, what am I doing with this? Is this going up? Okay. I don't need none of this. I don't know why it's... Bruh. Okay, there you go. Alright. Because I'm starting to doze off here now. I gotta get out of here. I gotta turn off this stream. I'm starting to get tired. I'm hungry too.
So that visit to Blackgate went well?
Riots, chaos, mattress forts on fire. What else did you expect?
For our friend to stay in her cell? But then again, this is Blackgate we're talking about.
She knew our priority was the book. She had it all planned out.
And knowing Dr. Quinzel, she's only getting started.
Great. Yeah, because didn't Batman kill the Joker in the Arkham series. He sure did. Let's do this.
Physical and mental preparation go hand in hand. Here, we can train the mind to prepare the body, but it requires deep focus. Let go of your anger and listen to the sound of my voice. Some enemies will see an opening and unleash a flurry of attacks, but with the right counter, you can put them on the defensive.
When the enemy performs an attack chain, tap B to dodge their final strike and perform a perfect evade. This also leaves the enemy open to a perfect attack. Okay.
What the? God damn it! Ah!
You motherfucker hit me? Am I supposed to let her hit me or something?
Friendly warning! This is going to hurt!
Why can't I target the enemies?
That's it! I'm taking you out! You better be ready to go down!
As expected.
That
Well
was
done.
corny. That wasn't. I would never do that. I don't even realize that it's happening. Enemies will glow red before using an armored attack. These can only be interrupted with piercing abilities such as barrage. Gain at least one full momentum segment, then hold RB and tap Y to use barrage. Okay.
Huh? Oh, it's you!
Heads up!
You're paying for everything you've done to us!
Barrage.
You're getting clipped!
Good. Don't get complacent.
I think that's it though.